on crazy things people do for fame. You wonder how do these people come up with these topics on the hard conversations on the bumper breakfast. We just look at our environment. We look at what is happening around and we say, how do people get to do this? All in the name of fame. And the conversation this morning, of course, is going to start from Dr. Precious. We need to find out the kind of things people do for fame. You know the craziest one that I found yet?
Tell me about it.
A young lady decides to remove all of her ribs, leaving just 3. So she removed 4 ribs. 4 ribs. She's neither a celebrity, nor an actress, nor a model. She removed all of her ribs just to have the perfect mannequin, as a matter of fact, perfect figurine shape. Remember the cartoon character we used to have, the Cinderella?
The Cinderella, yeah.
Just to have that cartoon character figurine shape, she decided to remove 4 of her ribs. So she had removed 3 by the first time I saw, and now she's removed 1 more. Extreme surgery, all in the name of fame.
You know, Tommy saying people do crazy things for fame.
Yeah, they want to be popular.
And let me say this: there's a girl who's currently trending in Nigeria. I want to talk about Nigeria before I go out. She's called Crackhead.
Crackhead?
Yeah, she's called Crackhead. You need to know this girl. I don't know. You must have seen her on Instagram. Now she just gets into the market. She starts screaming and singing a popular Nigerian song, but in a kind of mentally deranged way. So she just starts singing and misbehaving, and you see people start asking, what's wrong with her? Is something wrong? There was a time she went to buy a
She always goes with people, right?
The cameraman now, so they are around, taking it. So the last time she went to buy a pot and she started singing, testing her pot and put the pot on her head, it was all drama. It was all drama.
Just because she wants to be popular on Instagram and become an Instagram
Can I shock you? She's already famous because celebrities like Don Jazzy, Tunde and they posted, and right now she's got over 65,000 views in 4 hours. And this girl started this just few weeks ago. The last one she did was on the aircraft. She was Air Peace aircraft. Just few days ago, she was supposed to disembark, alight from the aircraft, and the next thing this girl started doing is jollof on the jet, jollof on the jet, and she started screaming. And then the air hostess was asking her which jollof, and she began to misbehave. Hey. And it's gone viral. People just don't go viral. Now let's go to Dubai. The craziest I've ever seen is the 23-year-old model that went on top a building over 1,000 floors, the Siam Tower, with a young man who held her by the hand, dangling, without safety, without nets, with nothing. She was just dangling.
Tell me you're joking.
I'm not joking. That's it on my iPad. She was just dangling from the tower.
Just
and
to have the
took
perfect
the pictures. Now
have the perfect picture.
Let me shock you, Tommy Singh. It got 2 million views in 1 day on YouTube. And that's the crazy thing. And that's one of the crazy things I say. And listen to this. I think I need to say this at this junction. Like I said before, social media is the new crude of this generation. But we need to understand.
Please, when they trend, how do they make money?
Oh my goodness. YouTube pays. Don't worry, I'm going to bring out the statistics. You see, the more views you have on YouTube determines how much they will pay you, especially when you get to 1,000 subscribers. My channel is up to 1,000 subscribers. So if anything goes viral right now, you get paid for it. The amount of views,
you only get paid when it goes viral.
Yes, when more people view it. So the more the views, the more you get paid. If the views
and so
are
people who just want to have more views.
So the wisdom is keep creating content, but be careful of weird things because it will come back to haunt you over time.
Because I just want to know, when I sent this to you, my thoughts were, how crazy are you willing to go just to become popular for fame?
This is a death-defying stunt, the one I'm telling you about. It's crazy.
I don't get it. 23-year-olds, you hang on a 23-story building, dangled by the hand of someone.
Just one hand.
Just one hand, though.
73 stories above the ground.
And who takes the picture?
Some other guys. taking the footage. You know, they are just next to you, snapping from right there where you are. You can see that.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding you. So you have that. Look at that. 2 million views in one day. Now I've learned something about the international community. You see, there's a difference between what trends outside and what trends in Nigeria. If you go viral in Nigeria, I give you 4 days. Something else will come up and take you out.
Yeah.
So don't be too crazy to create content that will demean you tomorrow. Like the lady who came up, another weird thing, she came up and said she has cancer.
God forbid even.
And because she's a celebrity, it's trended. And after trending, she came up to say, I'm sorry, I don't have cancer. Weird.
I thought they say and not you call weird stuff, because you know we live in a very spiritual, religious society, traditional society, where every time you want to say things about yourself, you must say something positive, because they tell you that there are forces in the air that are telling you amen when you're supposed to be saying. Do you get
Yes,
it?
I get it.
People naturally read meanings to everything, because that is the kind of environment where we are. So possibly you're a Nigerian that lives in Australia in the midst of white people. You can say crazy stuff like that and you get away with it.
She's a white lady. She says she has terminal brain cancer for her own gains. And she got those gains, and thereafter she came up to say, I'm sorry, I don't have cancer.
And she's forgiven just like that.
And there's another twist to it. You know, people do so many crazy things. This young man was brought on a reality TV show. Even we saw it in the Nigerian Idol.
Yeah.
And he was expected to sing a very interesting song. And the next thing, he goes totally berserk.
You see, if
it was like that, it would have been good.
Okay.
And then you start hearing him scream. I wish I could get the video out there. Empty. I don't know. There were some brands on that at that time, and the man just went from 100 to 0. It was, I don't know what it was, but okay. Let me give you an instance. They call it
witchcraft.
Let me give you an instance.
The people in his village followed him.
Someone is supposed to come for a voice audition, singing audition, and he comes wearing pants and says he wants to imitate Fela.
You've not seen the boy playing Fela on the streets?
It's strange.
There's a boy playing Fela on the street and he's wearing pants all over the place to sing a song, and people are practically thinking that he's getting popular, and I don't get it.
Another thing people do for fame, like what we saw in 2016 with the Kardashians, when they leaked their own sex video.
Yes.
People could leak their nudes. They just want to be famous. It will shock you that not every time sex videos come out by mistake. Sometimes they're intentional. People just leak it.
People
they get so
disgrace themselves.
They disgrace themselves with a very weird
and they claim the feign ignorance. They pretend as if it happened.
Publicity stunt.
Oh my.
Publicity stunt. Just for fame. Now, do you know some celebrities, when it's time to release an album or to release a new song, they come up with something crazy, with a controversy? I don't know. Allegedly, somebody said Angela Okori did the same thing. She came up to say she was shot 6 or 7 times. She was, and after all the drama and all the publicity, she sang a song, and it went viral. So, are you getting what I'm saying? So they come up with something, and then they take advantage of the fame. But you see,
but wait, let me ask you this question: good publicity versus bad publicity. People say the end justifies the means. It doesn't really matter.
It does matter. You see, like I was taking note here. You see, the product is a function of the process. If you ignore the fact that bad publicity could give you fame today, but would come back to haunt you tomorrow, then I'm telling you, you'll be a victim. You need to place a balance and understand that you cannot hijack the process and get the product. If you shortchange the process, the product will not last. So you go viral today, you're forgotten tomorrow. At the point that lady did the near-death defying stuff, imagine if she had fallen down. She would have been forgotten right now.
Very true. And people say, see the craziest thing she did for fame, all because she wants to trend.
Very true.
She killed herself. She was on top of something that was a building that was over 70 floors above the ground, and you were dangled.
73-story building.
Do you know the man himself was actually on the edge? He was standing on the ledge himself with absolute. So both of them could fall. If she falls, it falls. It tips over too.
True. And
really?
Another shocking thing, this happened to people like us, journalists. A reporter was broadcasting, telling the news, reporting on the street. And the young lady just walked up to him, grabbed the mic from him, and used the F word right in the private part. I don't know if you get it.
Wow.
Like, hug her in the pussy. Like,
are you
like screaming it aloud, repeatedly, 2014. And it went viral. Now, this got...
Who got popular?
The lady, of course,
got popular.
Yes, because she was on. It was the live news.
I know.
The reporter also got famous, but the lady got more famous because her face was everywhere.
I can imagine. What if we were talking
4 million views?
We just watch rubbish in the name of
crazy things go viral much more than important things. There are those who just inflict pain on themselves, and that's why I'm saying, Tommy Singh, is if you are too crazy about fame and you don't consider the shame, you will end up lame. You would hurt yourself before you know it. It's important to recognize that you could want to attempt something crazy, but think about the long-term implication.
Of what you're about to do.
You put in your nude photos. I've heard of celebrities who intentionally leak their nude photos and they start writing to attack someone else, to make it look like someone else is behind it. But at the end of the day, it's a publicity stunt. They want to sell a movie, they want to sell a song, they want to sell a video. You see, so people do crazy things for fame, to get the views, so they can get paid and get famous at the end of the day.
So I think social media is the necessary evil that we all must attach ourselves to, but at the same time, social media is not what we should.
Good publicity will always be good. Bad publicity has.
We shouldn't go crazy because we want to be popular, don't you think?
Yeah, I
shouldn't really go. Because I know that while I was
so.
sending you that stuff yesterday, I said people say that it doesn't matter how I get there. The most important thing is getting there. The means doesn't matter, but that is not necessarily very true, because sometimes the things that you do yesterday will come back to haunt you.
Can I give you a practical example?
Yes.
Daddy Freeze.
Oh my.
Coming up to attack men of God.
Oh my.
That's publicity for himself, but negative. You see? But
and then now he's popular.
trending.
Yeah, people are talking about him. He's popular. People are talking about him, but those guys are vibrating against him in a negative way.
Yeah. So people do crazy things like getting on traffic and just strip naked.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Oh my.
And then you see
I
them.
mean, people are getting crazier and crazier by
Okay, let me shock you. Let me bring something. Okay, as I round up, let me bring something that is more relatable. Recently, the two girls who came up and said Davido slept with her, and the friend was backing it up. And then when Davido began to press charges, they came up to say it was a joke.
Just because they wanted to trend.
Just because they wanted to trend and they needed something from it. When you want to do anything publicity, I'd just like us to understand two things. Number one, the internet never forgets, and a bad seed will always produce a bad product over time. And that's my take on hard conversation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Precious, this morning for joining me on this conversation. Crazy things that you do, they say the evil men do, leave after them. The crazy things that you do in the name of fame lives after you, joins you in your tomorrow, and then colors your tomorrow for you and gives you a name that you don't want to bear. So be careful what you invest in your today, because tomorrow is waiting for you. And let's not rob Peter to pay Paul. Let's not rob from our tomorrow to spend and enjoy today, because tomorrow you will suffer for it. My name is Tommy St. Ujo, and that's the bumper breakfast for this morning. Dr. Precious?
And Precious, please follow me on Instagram, Dr. Precious Uwas, Dr. Precious Uwas, UWAS. Thank you for being with us.
And we'll see you again Monday morning, bright and early on the bumper breakfast. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.